Hey guys, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and do a bit of a vlog as I adjust this to make it a little more straighter, the camera that is. I wanted to come on here and do a bit of a post 4th of July vlog because I know yesterday a lot of places, including the Bertinelli place was closed to observe the holiday. Seeing as though the 4th fell on a Sunday, a lot of places, including the Bertinelli recycling and trash pickup, were closed down for the day as well. And so yeah, obviously everybody was celebrating still yesterday. Right now it's about 7:19 a.m. Pacific time on this Tuesday, July 6th. That's why I'm a little tired and a little, and kind of rambling a little bit because I'm still waking up, still early. But yeah, obviously people were still celebrating yesterday. I mean, as a matter of fact, it was like around maybe I would say between 1 and 3 actually, that people started to slowly shoot off more fireworks, some illegals like M60s, I wouldn't say M60s, but more along the lines of M16s, M80s, stuff like that. They were still shooting them off yesterday. Some, as like I said, as early as between 1 and 3. And obviously that doesn't help any animals around here, including our dog, because it shakes them up. Thankfully, a lot of us pet owners, we know the solution, and that solution is to basically make sure you have some noise going on between one area of the house and another that the animals are familiar with. Like for me, I had my Echo Dot on with a playlist, a Christian music playlist, and then I had the contemporary Christian channel, music choice channel, on in the other room. So that kind of helped out a little bit for a time, and still until it was just the contemporary Christian channel, because the Echo Dot on my Spotify playlist decided to come to a conclusion. I guess it didn't want to go on repeat or anything, so it just ended, and my dog was left with just one place to go to. But I think what she did is she came into my room, or she went to my mom's closet to keep herself protected. And one of the other things that we did as well, is just in case, is we put a lot of doggy pads down, just in case any one of these big booms during the 4th would have scared the what out of her. Anyway, besides that, me and my mom actually went to my older sister's in Patterson. I actually got my fireworks, as you probably noticed here on my channel, on the first day of this month, and I spent about, I would say, around $220, which is, according to my second older sister, is pretty high for fireworks, especially the one that I got. And for my second older sister, she kind of said that basically because they were looking for fireworks on the day of the 4th, and it took them going down the road to find something, to find a stand that had fireworks to sell, that had enough fireworks. So I'm sure basically the stands they went to previously were not sold out. It's just like what they would want to get was not there, and then they had to just go down a stand a couple of miles down, coming to my sister's, and they found one that had what they would need, had what they wanted, or had what they were looking for. And so we brought all that there, and my second older sister felt like it was a rip, that these prices were so much. But I honestly think that the reason TNT, Phantom, Black Cat and some of the newer firework stands and sellers out there were pricing them for so much was due to the fact that they were making up for the losses from last year. And the other thing we got to remember is a lot of these stands, TNT, Phantom, you name it, Black Cat, you name it, a lot of them are operated and sponsored by local businesses, organizations, schools, and sometimes they allow certain prices to be adjusted for the schools, or at least they work out some kind of deal to where I guess they're allowed to adjust the prices to where it feels more appropriate. And for me, the big one that I got, the big one that I got, the blowout, I think, the blowout one, I think that's what it was called. Basically, it was $149, and usually that's a little lesser. But again, like I said, I think in partnerships with TNT and Phantom and Black Cat, that all these organizations, school districts, businesses, churches, if you will, the reason they work something out to where, hey, they're going to be allowed to charge a little bit more, or maybe it was the call of the TNT people and the Phantom people and the Black Cat people of, hey, we're going to up the prices just for this year, is mainly due to the fact that they were trying to make up for, like I said, the losses from last year, because of the pandemic. Because honestly, you can't tell me that, they did not, do very good business, when it came to fireworks sales because of that. Because nobody knew exactly how we were going to celebrate the 4th. So that's why I think they inflated it for this year, hopefully only for this year, because they want to make up for what they lost last year, and hopefully next year things will go back to regular pricing. Maybe a dip down a little bit in pricing, but hopefully it won't be as crazy as my second oldest sister said it was. But besides that, like I said, we went to my older sister's. I had a good time there. I drank a lot. Honestly, it's almost like every time I get to New Year's, or I get to the 4th of July, or even with my upcoming birthday, hopefully not with my birthday because I learned my lesson from last year, I always seem to drink a lot more than I should and not balance it out. Like, drink a few, get some water, get some food, drink a little bit more, stuff like that. And let's just say, like a lot of us that drink a lot on a holiday, I paid the price. Not as bad as I did during my birthday last year, or even during New Year's a couple of times, but I paid the price. I basically regurgitated, puked a little bit in the tub when I was taking a shower, because of course I was, stomach wise, I was all bloated out and everything, so it had to come out. So even though, and I don't mean to sound disgusting when I say this, even though it comes out one end, it has to come out another end as well, if you know what I mean. So again, not trying to be disgusting, no offense when I say that, not trying to be rude or anything when I do say that, but that's pretty much the truth when you drink a lot. No matter if it's just beer cans, no matter if it's just a shot here and there, you're gonna let loose. And yeah, I let loose because I had 2 shots of Kentucky bourbon, Jim Beam Kentucky bourbon, and then I had, before that, a shot of tequila. So there you go there, and then a beer after beer. So I was fine. I mean, I ate and everything. I was kind of okay, but I think when I got home, I had a feeling, I didn't want to admit it, but I had a feeling it was going to hit, and it did. It did hit. So but yeah, the main thing was the kids had a good time with the fireworks. A lot of my nephew and my great nephew, my third oldest nephew, and my great nephew were asking if they could light my fireworks, which I brought for for everybody to enjoy and have fun with. I said, yeah, go ahead, no problem. So yeah, they lit them, they had fun, they emptied them out, and that was about it. And then of course, we got home, I got in, and literally I just, I did what I could, and then I crashed, and I went and, like I said, used the facilities, and pretty much that's the end of that. And yesterday I was getting over it. Thankfully I took Advil the day when we got home, and I was good. I was fine after that. But besides that, we just had a good time. Had some good food to eat and everything. Had a lot of food: hamburgers, ribs, chicken, hot dogs. So I was loaded up. That kind of helped out a little bit, because I can tell you honestly, if I didn't eat that, I'd been a lot worse. That's the truth. I would have been a lot worse. But yeah, we did pretty good. And then, like I said yesterday, we just rested a little bit. My third oldest nephew, like I said, who I just mentioned, who was lighting the fireworks with my great nephew, is staying for a couple of days, maybe I think till Friday, at least Thursday or Friday. I'm not really sure yet. Maybe even Saturday. Because it's something that he does every summer. He likes to stay a week or so with my mom and me, because gets him out of the house, gives his mom a little time to herself, gives her mom and his dad, both his mom and his dad, a little time to themselves. So that kind of helps out there, and it lets them spend time with his grandma and all that. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, even like I said, even yesterday after we rested a little bit, not a little bit, we rested throughout the day. They were still shooting off the fireworks between 1 and 3, some of the big ones, and then when it got darker, they just went straight to town. The people around the neighborhood, they just went straight to town. But thankfully, it seemed that between 10:30 and midnight, at least, and they were still shooting off some, but between 10:30 and midnight, it looked like they kind of stopped, because apparently now there's this app that's out there that allows you to track exactly where it's coming from, and that kind of, I guess, alerts the police. So at least they're figuring, at least the police, the cities and all that, the towns, they're all figuring something out, that hey, we need to have something in place to make sure this doesn't go overboard and people don't lose their animals here and there and stuff like that. So thankfully they got something going right now. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but thankfully it's something they got in place for right now. But besides that, we had a good time. There's no doubt about it. We had a good time. What's funny is the day I got my fireworks, my mom got herself one of those hose holders. One of those hose holders, kind of like things, if you will. And what's funny is we had the car with us instead of the truck, and I had to sit in the back of the car, in back of my mom, because while she was driving, while we put the thing that holds her hose now, that she can reel up her hose with and all that, and keep it there. We had to put that in the passenger side, because there was no way we could fit it in the trunk, especially in my fireworks. Being in the back there. So we had to do that, on the day I got the fireworks and everything, and that was after we did some grocery shopping too, because my nephew was going to be here. But all that aside, we actually had a good time. We actually had a good 4th of July weekend, and had some fun. My mom and my nephew last night, while they were eating dinner, watched the Tomorrow War, which they thought was pretty good. I guess people have a different taste. I know Angry Joe didn't. Angry Joe was cool with it, but there was some moments he felt that were not, like, really, this is silly and stupid. But it's mainly a popcorn flick, is what it is, from what I can understand. But overall, like I said, we did all right. We did fine. It wasn't that big of a deal, and just gotta look forward to the rest of this week. And what's interesting about the 4th as well is, since my mom is off for a couple of weeks, well, not a couple of weeks, but for at least up till August 23rd, which is, she started on the 18th, so you're looking at mainly 2 months. She officially, after the previous week, after I helped her out, kind of get re-registered, re-certified, if you will, or stuff like that. She was able to basically certify for her benefits once again, her unemployment benefits, because that's what she and other seasonal teachers or seasonal employees get during their breaks, is they go for that if they're eligible enough to get it. So she's getting her unemployment, and what's funny is she gets it. She started certifying officially on the 4th, this past Sunday, a week after we re-registered. We reapplied her and all that, re-registered her, if you will. So she certified for the first time on Sunday, and then next week on the 11th is when I certify, so for my benefits. So it's like 1 week she does hers, the following week I do mine. So we kind of help. So that kind of helps out in a balancing way for both of us financially. And I know honestly that we're not alone in that. We're not the only people that do that. So that's pretty cool when you think about it. But overall, like I said, not overall. We had a good 4th. We had a safe 4th. I know that my future nephew-in-law, it's he can get a little carried away with the 4th, if you will, and that's cool and everything. That's just how he is. That's what my niece has to deal with now for the rest of her life eventually. But yeah, overall, we had a good time. I can't say any more than that. And like I said, we got home, people kind of calmed down a little bit. They were still shooting a few things, and then yesterday they obviously finished it off, hopefully. And that's about it. And all we did yesterday was rest. So that's all I can really say for this post 4th of July vlog, guys. Hope you all had a safe and healthy 4th of July. Hopefully you didn't do what I did, drank too much, and pay the consequences later. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, we had a good one, and that's all I'm gonna really say, guys, for right now. I will be back hopefully later today with a package opening. I have another package coming today. It was supposed to come tomorrow, but of course, that's just the expected or estimated date, and instead it's gonna come today. And the package, the only hint I will give, has to deal with something that helps with this camera and its lifespan, especially with the items that help give it its lifespan in usage from a power perspective. So anyway, though, guys, just wanted to do this little 4th of July vlog for you. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Let me know how your 4th was, how did you spend it and everything. And again, hopefully you guys didn't do what I did, and if you did, hey, it's just something that happens. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are down below. Hope you had a good, safe 4th of July, and I will talk to y'all later.